How are you? God bless you. Today I want to talk to us parents, the parenting styles, and as can be x-rayed from the scriptures. And I definitely know it will bless you. Let me start by with Elizabeth and John. You know, I saw something striking about Mommy Elizabeth, and I try to weigh it with what is happening today. Most of the times, the Elizabeths of today don't even want the Marys of tomorrow to rise. They don't even want to hear about Mary. If there was a couple in my analysis that should actually birth Jesus, maybe it should have been Elizabeth and Zachariah. For the first time, Bible called a couple without spot or wrinkle. And they were at Shiloh. They never left Shiloh. But God chose a young girl of 17 years. And the Bible didn't tell us that Mary didn't have parents. The Bible didn't tell us that Mary's parents had died. But when she encountered Angel Gabriel, she chose Elizabeth to go to confide in. That means there was something amazing about that woman. Now, what the angel told Mary, Elizabeth echoed. When she sighted Mary, baby John in her womb leaped for joy. Now, look at these two cases now. Elizabeth welcomed Mary. She was 6 months gone. Mary stayed in her house 3 months. I want to believe that she witnessed the birth of John the Baptist, because you carry a baby 9 months in the womb. She was 6 months. She stayed with her. Little wonder she was able to manage it all alone in a manger. Now, when John was growing up, people went to John and they started talking to John about Jesus. Remember, John was older. John said, you see this one, though I am older, but his shoelace I can't untie. It's coming from the home. They never spoke evil against Jesus. The mother said, John, you see him, he's your cousin. You are older than him, but whenever you see him, salute him. Mothers, tell your children the truth. When you tell them they are the best and there's no other person better than them, when they meet competition outside, they will commit suicide. Because you tell them they are unique and there are unique children elsewhere. That you had them in America does not in any way make them better than the ones had here. Tell your children the truth and never speak against anyone before them, because they will carry it on much more than you ever expected. Look at Hannah and Samuel. When she had this boy, every year she will make a robe for Samuel, telling Samuel, this is who you are and this is the way you should dress. Do you control your children's dressing today? Or do they wear what they want to wear? Do they look like you? The way you appear, when you come out, everybody will know you're a Christian mother. You're a Christian father. Do they look like you? Do you know that Samuel, as a child, was in the midst of Hophni and Phinehas that were already treating the Lord's offering with contempt, and he never went bad. So Samuel happened to be in our generation now and is in the midst of worldliness. People coming out to dance naked, you know, in the midst of anything you can think of, and he never went bad. Parenting style. That's where he's coming from, or where he was coming from. They kept telling him who he was. And this is the way you should dress. Don't dress the other way. That's not who you are. How do you model them? The bone straight that is on their hair, who bought for them? I know every dress that my children, I know. Anyone, where did this come from? Oh, mom is my cousin that you didn't tell me. Do you know where they go to? Do you know what they wear? The same color, the same complexion that they have now. Was that what you gave birth to? Parenting. Now let us look at Moses and Jochebed. Remember that baby Samuel that was taken to Shiloh. All the rest of his life, what parents taught him never changed. What Hannah taught him never changed. Now look at Moses and Jochebed. Moses' birth was so precious to God that he never wanted any other mother. Can I pray for mothers? Nobody will take care of your children like you. And so you will live to take care of them. His life was so important to God that he didn't want another woman to nurse him. Same mother that gave birth to her. Even when Pharaoh's daughter was told, can I get you a Hebrew woman? She didn't resist. She said, go ahead. So the mother that trains is very important. The boy that was taken to Pharaoh's house, after 40 years, came back as a deliverer. What they taught him at home never changed. Teach your children. Educate them. If you don't teach them, don't blame them. If you don't talk to them, don't blame them. And if you don't talk to them, somebody else will talk to them. Look at David. Look at Jesse and his children. Eliab came, God said, I rejected him. Abinadab came, God said, Shammah came, he said, And they didn't present any other one. It was Samuel that asked, are they finished? He said, there is one. And they brought him. Whatever that happened to Jesse and happened to the first set of his children, we are not trying to say that they were bad, but they were not chosen. For God to have chosen a seed of Jesse, it means Jesse was a good man. Remember, he was called to the house of sacrifice. He wasn't called to come and become king. No, it was a call of sacrifice. He was called, come to the house of sacrifice. He would have said no, because you don't go to the house of sacrifice empty-handed. He was a shepherd, don't forget. So he didn't go there empty-handed. A lot of us today shy away for answering the call of sacrifice, but we don't actually know that behind the sacrifice is kingship. He went to answer the call of sacrifice. His son was chosen as a priest, as a king. So how are you training your children? Let's look at Mary and Jesus. He got to a point that they also understood that Jesus had a mission here. So even though they were his parents, they didn't force him. They didn't get angry. They saw him in the temple. He said, I'm after my father's business. At the first miracle, he said, no, mom, it's not my time. That means there was a relationship between mother and daughter. Don't shut your children up all the time. Listen to what they say. Because if you prayed to have them, believe me and trust God that the Spirit of God is resting on them, and you lead them likewise. Can I pray for your children? They will never go astray. Anywhere they are, nations will be blessed because of them. And because you're laboring to train them, nobody will replace you. You will not be a replaced mother or a replaced father on the day of their celebration, which is your celebration. God bless you.